This segment of Sports People Hawaii is brought to you by New City Nissan.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, if you spend a lot of time at Kapi'olani Park, you see a lot of things going on, including rugby. And if you didn't know it, it's actually been around and part of Hawaii for more than 50 years. In fact, 50 years plus one. We took a little time to see what's going on with the Hawaii Harlequins.
Hey, bring it in, bring it in.
They've been in the islands for more than a half a century, but few know about them. The Hawaii Harlequins, a club dedicated to rugby, a sport often misunderstood and even downright confusing for many Americans.
It's a lot different than football. It's a whole different speed.
I can equate rugby to be wrestling and running a 10K at full speed. I mean, that's how you got to be fit.
The Harlequins got started in 1964 by Irish expat Dr. Jack Keenan and his friends Bobby Hampton and Brian O'Neill.
Hawaii Harlequin Rugby Football Club is actually probably one of the older clubs in all of the United States.
To understand the Harlequins' history, you first have to understand the game, which is easier said than done.
Yeah, the main thing in rugby is that you're running, right? And you only pass the ball behind you. So the only way the ball moves forward is by kicking it, running it. That's the only way. You can't pass it forward. And what you want to do is run onto the ball. So the optimum pass is here. So your hands are there, and it's going to be right in front of your chest. So you can immediately offload again to the next guy. You don't want to run out of bounds like in football, right? Because then you lose possession of the ball. So in rugby, it's all about possession, not so much of the yardage. Tackling in rugby is extremely important. One, you can only tackle the guy with the ball. You can't go down and block people and do that. See, it's a wrap. You lead with your shoulder. You can't tackle above the shoulders. That's a high tackle, that's a penalty. You lose possession of the ball. And it's always, in rugby, it's always about keeping possession.
So you need to pass the ball back to move forward, and you want to keep possession but get rid of the ball immediately. Confused? If so, you're not alone.
I still don't know the first thing about rugby. I just like to run. So, I mean, for me, get the ball and run so I don't get killed. That's pretty much my mentality.
While rugby might appear to be an intimidating sport, those who play it say it's actually far less dangerous than football, even without the helmets and pads.
It's not a collision sport. People might think it is, but you don't run down the field and block people. You don't lay people out. You play the ball. So you can only tackle the ball. You have to lead with your shoulder. You can't high tackle, and you have to wrap.
And it's not just a man's sport.
Hands down favorite sport I've ever played.
The Lady Quins have been part of the Hawaii Harlequins for the past 5 years.
Our women's program here in Hawaii has really grown over the last several years.
Last year, the Lady Quins were ranked number 14 in the entire country.
The best part, you know, is not just like the sport, but it's like such a family, you know, so we are all together all the time and always doing stuff together. So it's like this whole new, you know, like community to be a part of. And anywhere you go, you know, you find people that play rugby and you're in right there.
It's a community that's strong and with great history. In 2014, the Harlequins marked their 50th anniversary with a get-together of both past and present members.
We did a black tie event, we had reception, we even played an old boys game, which was a lot of fun. We started out with a program so everybody knew where to go and what to do and stuff like that. It ended up being a coffee table book, hardcover, 40 or 50 different stories, all contributed from past players. We have a lot of characters that have been part of the club for years. Some notable ones that people might recognize names. John Wilbur, former NFL, came over here with the World Football League. Ralph Martinson, who's the AD of Punahou. We had Rich Turbin, who's a lawyer. David Tolouma, who played for UH and also played for the United States Eagles, which is the national rugby team, Nu'ufaola, Leonard Peters. And that's the great thing about rugby, is it doesn't matter if you're a lawyer, a trash man, a doctor, a hotel guy like myself. Once you're on the rugby field, you're all brothers. It doesn't matter what your background is, you're a rugby player first.
It's really neat to be around, you know, all the old boys and everything. There is such a tradition. That's something that's very different than most sports, I guess I would say.
You know, kind of how it's like trickled into like all these different, you know, groups of people. But then once you find out you were part of the same club, it's like, oh, hey, you know, your family all of a sudden.
Are you ready to join the club?
You can go to our Facebook page, the Hawaii Harlequins. Just search it on Facebook. There's a page there. You can inquire about it. We have a website, www.hhrfc.org. You can go on there or come down to Kapiolani Park and see if there's a game on, and bring your boots. Maybe we get a run in. Harlequins on 3. 1, 2, 3. Harlequins! Go get them, guys and gals.
No matter what your age, your ability, or of course, if you're male or female, check them out. You want to be active? It's a fun game, and as they said, it's safe too.